skincare rituals. Today we will be talking about skincare rituals, and I'm going to break this up into sections. So this is the part mostly dealing with your mindset around your skincare rituals. I will be giving a basic structure, but I also want to just acknowledge that we're going to build on this, and this will just be like the bare bones for you. This entire skincare ritual is going to be based around intuitive skincare. Intuitive skincare is connecting the mind, body, and soul to create a direct line of communication with the skin. So you're connecting everything that you've learned, everything that you can see physically, as well as everything that you can see and feel spiritually. And that relationship is one that we've already been building our entire lives. And so what I'm teaching is just how to go about it more intentionally and honor it through your skincare ritual. So we'll do 3 questions, and that'll be: what is a ritual? Where do I start? And what do I use? For that first question, what is a ritual? A ritual is just a customized series of actions typically used to create habit or to create a custom or a tradition. This was used in ancient times as a way to honor the traditions of certain religions or cultures. And during this time especially, and any time really, it is great to connect back to your roots and just use what you have. So I want you to keep that in mind throughout this entire talk, that you can always go back to your intention as sort of your grounding place. So using that intention as the foundation for the rest of your routine. So for the skincare ritual structure, what I usually do is a series of 5 steps. So that's going to be: number 1, open the space; number 2, cleanse; number 3, balance; number 4 is going to be hydrate and nourish; and number 5 will be close the space. Structure is important because it creates space for flow, clarity, focus, and especially the more personalized you're getting with a structure, the more you're going to be connecting and making that relationship with yourself. It's important that you don't get caught up in the steps being steps. A lot of us can be perfectionists, and it's just not important to stick to the rules forever. You always want to be learning the rules and ingraining them in yourself subconsciously, and then going from there. So a lot of these, especially in skincare, will overlap and layer, and just be aware of that. I want to speak on the portion of opening the space. And for that, it's going to be energetic and logistics. So you'll have this open space that you're creating energetically of boundaries, of protection for yourself, of this is allotted space that I have all this room to grow, to be. But opening the space can be as simple as just setting aside the time to do something. You bring the magic to it all, and you make the habits the more and more that you commit to doing these rituals. And so you want to just maximize everything that you already have. That leads me to the next step, which is: what do I use? So there are so many products. We're just going to do a little mindset shift, and instead of how do I fix this, how do I treat this, what do I use for this, the question is going to be: how can I best support my skin in its own healing? And before we go further into what to use, I also want to address that intention really goes a long ways. And so if you don't have any products at all, you can always rely on physical motion or a thought change. You want to start small and follow your pleasure. So just keeping the shift small and simple will really establish that intimacy and trust with yourself, rather than making it easier for that confusion or the overwhelmed state that happens a lot when people are working with their skincare routines. For that first step, opening the space, a lot of times I'm using my calendar to schedule the time. I'm using some sort of smoke cleanse. One of my favorites are lavender and mugwort. And then I'll usually set some sort of intention in the opening of my ritual. So with the intention, I like to place it actually in the water, so that's guiding me into the next step. There's a nice flow to it with the cleanse. What I'll do is I'll hold the water in my hands and start thinking of my intention. So maybe it's, I want to feel calm and collected today, and I will use the cleanse to sort of rinse away any energy around not feeling that way or resisting feeling that way. Then for the cleanse, you can use just the water and a soft rag if you have, or some jojoba oil, your favorite cleanser. You can sort of insert from there. The second step is going to be balance, and this is where we're going to talk about the pH of the skin. So if you're not familiar with the pH scale, I do encourage you to Google that and get some information. The skin sits at about 5.5, and that is a little more acidic, and then cleansers tend to be more alkaline, so a lot of times you're pulling your skin off base and you want to just give it a fresh start before you're going to apply serums or moisturizers, or before you're going to go about your day. For that fourth step, hydrate and nourish, a lot of times you're getting moisturizers or products that are sort of an all-in-one. They're giving you some sort of water-based hydration and then also nourishment through oils or herbs. But I'm using these words, hydrate and nourish, because they do also include internal health. So you want to make sure you're getting enough water daily. You want to check in on your water retention. You want to eat nutrient-dense skin foods, and that's another thing that you can use in your research for yourself. And just have those two intentions in mind, to hydrate and nourish for that step. For the fifth step, close the space. It's very similar to opening the space, but usually I will end, instead of setting a new intention, I will end with gratitude for either that intention being fulfilled or just for something else throughout the day that I've been thinking about, or whatever comes up. And if you're getting stuck on the verbiage, just go ahead and feel free to express it in a way that isn't words. I've had someone encourage me to answer journal prompts as a dance movement or things like that, and I've really gotten a lot out of that practice, so just wanted to share it. And something else that was addressed when I was first giving this talk for the local wellness summit, which we may continue next week, so keep an eye out on that, was how long should each step be. And this is going back again to all that intuitive relationship that you're building, and there's always going to be general outlines of things, but you want to listen to yourself. You want to listen and look at your skin and see results and really take time with it. So for that opening setting, the opening the space, that first step, a lot of times that can be anywhere from the second it took you to write it down to a 10-minute ritual that you really love, where you're just dancing around and getting ready to do your skincare. It's really whatever you want to make it. And then for cleansing, typically if it's just with your hands, I say at least 2 minutes. If it's with a tool, it is a little bit more abrasive, and so I'd say at the most 2 minutes. For the balancing step, usually that's super quick. You're just doing a quick toner. A lot of times it's a spray, or just a second to yourself to sort of get rebalanced. And with that, you can also use cotton to apply toner. That's something I've seen as well. And then for the hydrate and nourish, again, that goes for internal and external, so that really can vary, again, anywhere from a minute to your entire day of nourishing yourself and hydrating yourself. And for that last step, closing the space, that's going to be the same amount of time that you prefer, same as the open space. So the closing can literally just be, okay, I'm done, or it can be something like what I do, which is I'll usually hold my crystal and give it a kiss and hold it to my chest and sort of express the gratitude. And it's sometimes 10 minutes. So just give yourself permission to let it be whatever it's gonna be and to let it adjust and evolve over time. If you'd like to get into more specifics of what to use at home and working with your at-home skincare routine, I would love to help, and I do have virtual appointments available. My hours are going to be the same as the studio hours, just so we're still keeping those in our head during this time, but I am very flexible, so please reach out through the email. I just popped up my new website, and we've also got Patreon. That's how I am presenting this. So keep an eye on this series, and I look forward to teaching you some more.